You keep your baby father from your kids, I think that you should be charged with something, because you're putting your kid at every statistical disadvantage for what?
Is that hyperbole, or is that like the actual fact, Paul?
Well, I'll tell you the facts. 90% of single parent homes are headed by women. 90%, right? 63% of youth suicides are from single mother homes. 90% of homelessness and runaway children are from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes. 70% of youths in operated institutions are from single mother homes. 80% of all youths in prison are from single mother homes. 85% of children who show behavioral disorders are from single mother homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems are from where? Single mother homes. So like Spell says, you're putting your child at every statistical disadvantage when you choose to just be a quote-unquote single mother.
Men, and you're trying to dictate to us what we should do, what I should be telling these men. You came to my page to tell me that I need to tell these men that they need to come to the table with a group of women who have the highest rate of abortion, who have an increasing incarceration rate, who have the highest rate of divorce, who have the highest rate of STDs, the highest out-of-wedlock birth rate, who have known around the world for being strong, independent, and don't need a man, who have, for the past 55 years, used television, radio, mass media of all sorts, movies from The Color Purple to Stella's Got a Groove Back, to tell the world that the black man is nothing. And you want me to tell these black men who trust me and love me and appreciate my opinion because I'm truthful to them, that, oh yeah, brother, now it's time to go back to the table because Ivy Johnson said so. That's what you want me to do?
Yeah. We're terrified.
You guys lose this game, or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, made that chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. What you know about losing your best friend, or losing your best man, losing your blood brother from a senses, wishing you can free him again. All the real niggas put your hands in the air for the real niggas y'all getting lost. All the real niggas chunk y'all gang in the air for all the bitch niggas y'all done tossed. Man, this shit got real crazy, feel like we losing niggas on the daily. All I had tears in my eyes, anger said somebody need to die. I was trying to get some get back, they killed my homie of a bitch nigga. I be down, won't get my get back. Let's crack and look at me wrong, that boy about to get his shit pushed back. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, made that chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir.
Right. Welcome to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much. And with me today, you know, my co-host, Walt D. What's good with you, man? What's good? What's going on with you, Walt? Can you unmute or?
You know, trying to keep my voice in, get in the bag, you know.
There we go. Now we can hear you, man. Man, Thank you for doing the show on Monday, man. I appreciate it, man. I had to run down, man. I was, I was feeling, I don't know how to explain it, but you get that. Have you ever had that feeling of doom? That's
Yeah.
probably the biggest way. I had the feeling, man. I felt so bad. I felt like, man, like this could be it. This could be it. So I took myself to the urgent care, man. They gave me some antibiotics and got me up out of there. So I got back on the road, man. But I appreciate you taking care of the show, man. I didn't want to cancel the show because of that, man. I said, man, we got the Walt D.
I'm glad you're okay, brother.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the prayers, man. The prayers hit me, man. Probably like midday, and I started feeling better. Or it could have just been the pills that I took too, and the shot that they gave me. But either way, man, I was feeling good, man. I felt better later on that day, and now I'm here on this. What is it? Wednesday? Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Doing the show. So we about to get into it, man. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all know we always trying to give y'all this work over here. I want to say shout out to Dennis Sperling, man. If y'all don't know who Dennis Sperling is, he's an attorney in Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas. He has a YouTube channel. Dude is hot right now. Dude should be at 1 million subscribers, man. I mean, that's how. I mean, dude is hot right now. Y'all gotta tune into the Dennis Sperling show, man. Y'all go over to that brother's channel. Y'all do me a favor. Go over to that brother's channel. Go hit the like button. Start watching some of his videos. Subscribe to his channel. I guarantee you're gonna be blessed. But we about to talk about a difficult topic. Walt. We about to talk about a difficult topic, man. This might be triggering for some. I'm gonna just give the disclaimer out there. This might be triggering. It's gonna be triggering to Black men. It's gonna be triggering to Black women. It's gonna be triggering to the Black community because we're in a genocide. I don't know if you guys know that or understand what's really going on here, but we're under attack. The whole Black community. Y'all see we got Ye. Y'all see we got Andrew Tate. Y'all see we have Kevin Samuels. Our leaders, our prophets, anybody that speak up against what's going on, the matrix, they get targeted and they get up out of there, right? They get up out of there. They get them up out of there. But I think we're focused on the wrong thing, man, because there's another Holocaust. I mean, we have there's so many Black Holocausts. We could talk about the 3 million in slavery, in chattel slavery. That's a Holocaust. We could talk about the race soldiers, the police brutality. We could talk about the crack epidemic in the 80s. We could talk about the school to prison pipeline. There's so many things. We could talk about the war between the Black man and the Black woman right now. There's so many enemies at the Black community's gate. It seems like all the enemies show up at our gate first and surround us and box us in. So all we can do is march, complain, but nothing happens. But what's not really, but I think what's really not being talked about is this silent killer, this silent deletion of unborn Black children. Silent deletion. We just don't even hear about it. Okay, let me mention also Black on Black crime. We got some issues going on in the Chicago area. We got some issues going on around the world within the Black community. Black men, Black women cannot get along. We have Black on Black crime. That's also a Holocaust. But it's one thing when another community is doing it to you. It's one thing when you're being targeted by, let's say, I don't know, the government. We know what happens. Any type of black progress, right? We get infiltrated. We get informants. We get government agents, right? We get people that look like us trying to undermine us. But you know what? What's hurtful? You know what's even worse? When you are the problem. When you can't point the finger at no one else and you have to point the finger back at yourself. When it's your very own people from your community who are part of the Holocaust. The Black Holocaust I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about the Black Holocaust. What is the Black Holocaust, you might say? Well, let me hit you with some facts, data, and statistics real quick. Let me share my screen here. Give me a minute here. Let me share my screen here. Shout out to Uncle D, man. I got this straight off of his platform, off of his community guidelines page, man. And man, appreciate him, man. This brother is a rock star. Let me show you this, man. The real Holocaust. I mean, Ye tried to tell us, but we weren't listening. Ye tried to tell us, but we wasn't listening. We wasn't listening. Let's go into it real quick. There have been more than 19 million black deaths since Roe versus Wade. Now think about it. Now think about that. Think about that. 19 million deaths, 20 million deaths, 20 million black deaths in America since 1973. We're only 15% of the U.S. population. There's only 40 million people in the state of California. 20 million would have been half of the population of California. 20 million can be a whole country. In other parts of the world. Wiped out. Since Roe versus Wade. Abortion has taken more Black American lives than every other cause of death combined since 1973. So let's look at that. Let's look at that. That means more than police brutality. That means more than black on black crime. That means more than HIV, AIDS. Gang violence. Nothing beats that number. More than police shooting unarmed black men. That number, that doesn't even come close to the 20 million or 19 million babies that were aborted since 1973, since Roe versus Wade. Doesn't even come close. The abortion rate for black women is almost 4 times that of white women. Come on now. Let that sink in a little bit. Abortion rate for black women is almost 4 times that of white women. 1,876 black babies are aborted every day in the United States. Four to one. 4 times the rate of white women. If this was happening in the white community, it will be over. There will be all kind of sounding of the alarm. That's more 1876, that's 1,876 black baby. That's more than police shootings in 1 year. Put that in perspective. That's 1876 black babies a day. That's how many police shoot. The police shoot less than that. Police shoots less people than that in 1 year and kill them. We could point our finger at systematic racism. We could point our finger at white supremacy. We could point our finger at gang violence. We could point our finger at, a number of things. A number of things we can point the finger at. But we don't want to point the finger here. We don't want to look at the real Holocaust that's happening. We're only 15% of the U.S. population. Imagine what we would be if we had 20 million. Did you know that the Hispanic community is actually they're more. We used to have more population. We used to have a higher population than the Hispanic community. Hispanic community now has a higher population than us. We're at 15% of the population. They're at 18-20% of the U.S. population now. I wonder what those 20 million babies could have done for us, right? I wonder what kind of leaders could have come. What kind of inventors, what kind of new entrepreneurs, what kind of new geniuses we could have had born. How many more Kevin Samuels? How many more Malcolm X's? How many more Dr. Martin Luther Kings? How many more Kanye West or Ye? How many more Andrew Tates could we have had, possibly? If it wasn't for this 20 million death unborn babies. And here's the kicker. The cause of the Black Holocaust. Yeah, that's right. I said it. The cause of the Black Holocaust. This is the cause. 94.9% of black women having abortions are not married. Independent black women. Single independent black women. Are the cause of this. Single mothers are that, and let me not even, that's another Holocaust. Surviving a single mother home in the black community. There are not too many options for you, my brother. 1 in a million is LeBron James. I think the chances of getting to the NBA is like 1 in a million. I don't know the exact statistic. I'm just going to say it's not likely that you're going to, it's not likely. And then imagine that these kids who are making it to the NBA, where are they coming from? Single mother homes. Very difficult. Very difficult task. Very difficult task.
You got some people in the comments too.
Get the comments, man. Let's get the comments. I'm sorry. Daniel said it's really nothing to do with race. These are people targeted based on economics. That's also leaving out that those 20 million babies would have had kids as well. Pretty significant population loss that you look at over 50 years. Exactly. Think about that. Let's think about that for a minute. Good looking, Daniel. I appreciate that. Those 20 million babies since 1973 could have had babies. Where could we have been by now? Could we have been 40% of the population in America? 50 even? I know 20 million, that's a lot, but 20 million, double that now. 20 million soon becomes 40 million real quick. You see, we're the only ones. I want y'all to understand that we're the only ones who are not on code. We're the only group. Now we're getting on code. How are we getting on code? Passport Bro movement. And that's why the Passport Bro movement is so important, because we have to take back our families. Because if we leave it up to our sisters, our modern Black sisters, I'll say it like that, our modern Black sisters, this is what we're going to get. Plan B, abortions, and single mother homes. I don't want a man. I'm hyper independent. I can do it on my own. Bad behavior, twerking, over-sexualized kids, effeminized males, masculine women. That's what these women are producing. And those are not good for any community, including the Black community. Nobody wants over-sexualized children. Nobody wants sexual predators. Nobody wants violent, emotional, irrational males. Nobody wants to produce that. But that's what these single mothers are producing in masses. Walt D, what do you think about this topic here? What do you think about the Black Holocaust? Is it real? Is it something that we should be focused on as a community? What can we do about this?
Well, Walt D said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it about every show. What happens in history is ancient history, recent history, but especially if we look at ancient history, when one nation or one group comes to conquer the other group, they take out the men, they delete the men, and they delete or imprison the men, and they get the women and children to perform their practices. And what happens here in America is many, many years ago, they took out the men, deleted the men, imprisoned the men, and now they said, hey, look, Black women, we need you to practice white supremacy. We need you to practice abortion so that your population stays down, so that you can stay the minority. We need you to practice the man out the house so that we could be the man in the house. And that way, they're getting the Black woman to do their dirty work for them. And it's been happening over so many years. And I will give props to the women that don't practice that. But there's way more practicing it because they believe in the mainstream. They watch too much TV. They listen to too many entities that and be join too many entities that they shouldn't join. There's too many women right now. There's too many women and Black women a part of white feminism. That they're nothing like the black women who supported. I remember black women who used to be some type of, they didn't even call themselves feminists back in the day, but they supported black men while making sure that they had decent rights. They didn't talk. If you talk to the women that used to be a part of the Black Panthers, they wasn't downing. They never talked bad about the black leadership or the black male, like what the women are doing today. They never wanted the black male out the house, like what the women are doing today. But somehow, and I understand Daniel in the comments saying it has nothing to do with race, but it depends on what era you're talking about. Because back before, it did have something to do with race. But now that the government and entities have so much of a leash on black people, on black women, that they realize, like, hey, you know what? Let's take this from being about race to being in economics. Now, if you go to certain states, now you got even poor whites practicing white supremacy on themselves. So now it is a economy-based thing. But going back to our people, if you practice abortion, if you practice being a part of the LGBTQ, then you support white supremacy. You support the low number of you support black people still being a minority. Why? Because the abortion rate, it was put into black communities, poor, and then after black communities, it was put into poor communities. So if you're poor or you're black now, that's part of the that's part of the rich white supremacy thing that's going on to stop black people, to stop poor people, no matter what race you are, to support corporations, to support the pharmaceutical industry. Are you a battery for the pharmaceutical industry, no matter what race you are? But we know that they've trained the black woman in general to be a battery for corporations, for the pharmaceutical industry. Why? Do you know how much money they make off those abortions every year? Or when you support, when you allow your kids to be out the house, and you're okay with the LGBTQ movement and whatnot, they're not really having. They can only adopt kids, right? But but they're not having kids. And then when it comes to the black babies, it's like, hey, since we're a part of the LGBTQ, we need you to either be a part of us or aborted. Right? And they're putting this, the white supremacists are putting this as the lifestyle. They're putting abortion as a lifestyle of the black person, as the lifestyle of the poor person. Because now, if this is now your lifestyle, you're not going to pass on the things from your ancestors. As a matter of fact, you're going to oppose the things of your ancestors. You can't complain about white supremacy taking away our culture when black people came over here as slaves. You can't. I just don't understand it. It's hypocrisy. I see black people and black women saying, "Hey, our culture was taken when we came over here." I mean, there was already some black people here, but I see black women saying that, "Oh, our culture was taken away. The things that we did, our customs were taken away when we came over here on the slave ships and all that." You can't complain about that when you're practicing white supremacy currently and allowing the things that your ancestors passed on to you to be taken away by abortion. You think our ancestors practiced abortion like that? You think our ancestors practiced LGBTQ like that? And I don't even. I'm not even going against the LGBTQ. If you want to do it, you want to do it. That's your lifestyle. But what I'm saying, as a black woman, if you're supporting and you're practicing that, then you're just hating on our ancestors. You're a part of white supremacy because it's tearing down the black male. It's tearing down the nuclear family, and they got you believing that it's all love. That they're redefining love so that you can be stripped of your heritage. So that's really all Walt D has to say about it. Or maybe if you're taking the bait, because they will offer you Section 8 welfare. They'll offer you independent hood. They'll offer you a discount on your student loan. They'll offer you all kind of things like that if you oppose the black male in the household. If you're all for allowing your sons to grow up, your black sons to grow up, not seeing a father because you were sexually irresponsible. The sexual liberation movement is part of is part of white supremacy, because they're saying, hey, go out, damage your body, do what you want to do, be sexually liberated, as long as you support the pharmaceutical industry by aborting that kid, or as long as you support this entity by, if you don't abort your kid, allowing your kid to be a part of this entity or that entity. As long as your son doesn't grow up to be a black male like Huey P., like Martin Luther King, like Malcolm X, as long as your son grows up to be something other than that, hey, we'll support you. We'll give you a discount on your student loan. We'll hook you up with Section 8. We'll hook you up with welfare. The statistics don't lie. Go look it up. The black mortality rate is 24% higher than anyone else. We're the cause of us being a minority, because we have subscribed to things that keep us as a minority. People can get mad at Walt D all they want, but it's the truth.
Man, you got to speak that truth, man. I mean, think about it, man. I mean, you've all seen that picture going around social media where you got the Monopoly board and it's sitting on top of the slaves of blacks. And all they have to do is stand up and the game is over. But what's going on is the black community is incentivized to stay low, to vibrate low, to not progress. A lot of us are. We're fighting the matrix. You see a lot of black people are doing very well in the United States. The most millionaires in the United States are black men. Okay? So we are scratching. I mean, you see how hard it is to get into sports, right? We're the ones there. Entertainment, we're the ones there. They use the entertainment to program and make bots. They don't want you guys. As much as I like the Super Bowl and I like all these sports, I love sports. I'm not trying to take away people's sports, but I want you to understand how they use entertainment and sports against us. Okay? They keep us, these are distractions. So you don't look at what's really going on. The Black Holocaust is real. And we're doing it to ourselves. Since 1973, we deleted over 20 million babies. That could have been future leaders, future movers and shakers. Shoot, for all we know, the Messiah could have came through one of those 20 million. We don't know. What I always say, the Messiah is not coming back. There is no. Y'all gonna say blasphemy, right? I always say this, man. You are your Messiah. That myth that Jesus is coming back to save you, he did that already. When he comes back, he's coming back to set it right. And it's not going to be friendly. He's coming back as a warrior. But as a group, as a collective, Black people as a collective, we are the Messiah. We are our own Messiah. Not individually, but collectively, we are the body of Christ. And if we operate in one accord, if we get on code, like these passport bros, like I'm with it. If we're saying leave modern women alone, let's leave them alone. Let's leave them all the way alone. If we're saying leave Western women alone, let's leave them alone. Let's leave them all alone. If we're saying we're not messing with modern Black women because of what they've done to the Black community, what side they decided to go on, instead of siding with Black men, they sided with the government and the dominant society. If we're saying leave them alone, I'm for it. Why? Do I want these sisters to perish? Yes and no. I got a little bit of Moses in me. Some of y'all is back. Some of y'all need to die out so a newer generation can come. But here's the thing. You guys are destroying even the newer generation. We give you a baby and you give us a thug and a criminal back. You give us a rapist. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to give you something and you're supposed to multiply that. You're supposed to make it better than what we gave to you. You're supposed to increase it. But our modern Black women, they're not producing. They're producing effeminate males. They're producing men who are not good leaders. They're producing emotional men. They're producing masculine women. That's what they do. They haven't given us anything back that we can use, that we can say is useful for society.
Yeah, they're producing whatever the industry.
They're producing bots.
wants.
They're producing uselessness. Now, I'm not saying all these babies that they're raising is just going to be useless. We know the cream is going to rise to the top. Some are going to rise, but many are going to fall.
But they learn it on their own, though. They don't learn it from that woman, though.
Right. It has to be something deep down on the inside of these kids that says, I want to be great. That makes them push themselves because they're not getting that from their mom. Matter of fact, they are getting that from their mom. They're saying, I want to be great because my mom is not who she's supposed to be, because my dad is not who she wants to be, because all I'm seeing is negative. I want to see something positive and I want to be great. So that's the kind of unction these kids got to have. But let's be real. That's not in all of them. That's in a select few that got that gumption to really dig deep and say, you know what, all I've seen is terrible things. Now I want to change that. See, we call it what do we call it? We call it reinventing yourself. That's what a lot of these kids are going to have to do. A lot of these Black kids are going to have to learn how to reinvent themselves because the way they were raised was under horrible conditions and at a horrible disadvantage.
And on top of that, white supremacy protects black women by not allowing people to speak on issues like this.
Mm,
They say if you speak on issues like this, you get canceled. Or,
mm,
or hey, young man, if you grow up and you find out your mother was toxic, that's your mother. You shouldn't say anything. You shouldn't say
mm.
anything negative about your mother, even if it's real. But that's training. That's brainwashing. Like dang, my mother was toxic, but society, the sisterhood, white supremacy, everybody's saying I can't speak on the toxic mother I had. So it's all conditioning.
Yeah, all of it, all of it. And you know, let's here's the difficulty. Even though that child survives abortion, he survived. That mom could have aborted it. Aborted it. He survived. But survived to what? To what end?
And another heinous thing is a lot of the kids that do survive abortion and grow up, their parents aren't telling them that they survived an abortion.
Mm.
Because there are kids that survive an abortion and they come out with scars, health problems, blah blah blah. But after they survived it, their parents take that secret to the grave with them, or their mother takes that secret to the grave with them.
We're talking about the Black Holocaust. I want you guys to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching this, if you're watching this on the replay, hit the like and subscribe button. We are live right now, but we know that a lot of people are going to be watching this on the replay. Make sure you guys, if you're not already a subscriber to this channel, that you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, share this to anybody. Share this to any and everybody. They need to hear that. This is the message. Because they don't like men who tell the truth. They didn't like abortion or Planned Parenthood, our black Holocaust. But he's right. They didn't like when Kevin Samuels told you, hey man, winter is coming. You women need to get in line. You need to come back to the black man. Stop following after corporations and entities. Stop being used by the dominant society to he tried to tell you, and you know what happened? The moment he passed away because of health problems, our women start laughing. They start dancing on the brother's grave. They start crip walking. They start acting ignorant. They start twerking.
Celebrities did it too. Imagine
Vivica Fox.
A man would be canceled. A man would be canceled if he did that to a woman celebrity. And and it's a trip because if you really look at it, most or every black male leader that has been on TV, whether they love or hate that black male leader, is gone, has either passed on, is locked up for some ridiculous reason, or they just take his image off TV.
I.e. Farrakhan, right? That probably one of the only brothers right now that I know that is speaking the truth and is still walking around. But he's well guarded, well protected. He built that organization over there, the NOI man. They're put it this way, they're ready for winter. Them brothers in the NOI, they're ready for winter. They're ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's us outside. I mean, because I hate to say it like this, man. Casualties of war, man, that's gonna be. And I'm telling you, how do we solve this Black Holocaust? Y'all don't want to know how to solve it. Because I'm gonna tell you how to solve it.
Hey, tell them.
I'm gonna tell you how to solve the Black Holocaust. I hate to say it. Stop reproducing with these women who don't have our best interests in mind. Stop reproducing with these women that when we give them something, we give them a seed and they bring us back a stone. Passport bros. We up. That's the solution. You know, it's true, man. Kevin Samuels was trying to bring back black families together. And brothers, we were trying to get on code with that. We were like, man, Kevin Samuels is right. You know, these women is doing this. We need y'all women to do this, and we'll take y'all back. We were willing under Kevin Samuels, we were willing to take y'all back with a high body count. We're willing to take y'all back, even though you had a single mother, even though you had children out of wedlock. Under Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels was like, hey man, we gotta point out the problem of the women, and then we gotta show them what they need to do to fix it, and then we need to come together because we're better together. We were with it. We were united under that. The black women didn't understand what he was doing. Right? Because the sisterhood was saying a whole other different thing while Kevin Samuels was speaking. But that solution, that was only a delay. And I truly believe if Kevin Samuels was alive today, he would have changed his tune. He would have been on board with the Passport Bros. Eventually, he would have had to. Because based on his own research, his own data, his own platform, we saw these women for who they truly were. The self-preservationists that they really are. We saw them for that. We saw them for that. We saw that they will throw us on the bus in 2.5 seconds. For some
handouts. Because the problem right now is I don't think there's any way that we could stop the incredible amount of simps that's out there. I don't think there's any way that we can stop all of the young men that's being raised by single mothers that's turning out to be simps. That's the problem, because they're the ones that's producing a lot of us passport kings and solid brothers. We already know to stay away from certain women now. But the next generation, how many of the next generation under people like us are they under some single mom that's going to come up and have a baby by some promiscuous woman that is how can you get young men to be trained to have babies by women who hate them? And that's the problem that these entities have caused. And so now that's going to produce either an aborted child, or it's going to produce a child that's nothing like us. So that's the problem. And they took Carl Winslow off TV. They took Uncle Phil off of TV. They took James Avery off of TV. They took black business owners and gave them frivolous jail charges, and so on and so forth. Everybody that we're supposed to be looked up to has been attacked, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Every person in power that was a mentor to other black young men is now either passed, in jail, or socially excommunicated. So we have to fix that. And the only way to fix that is we have to get more younger guys on board. We have to teach. We have to teach people not to be like Blueface, not to get not to get certain women pregnant, to go get their bag, if a woman is practicing white supremacy, which means if a woman is practicing sexual liberation, if she's practicing abortion, if she's practicing LGBTQ support and blah blah blah, that you need to leave her alone because you're just going to produce an aborted baby or a baby that's going to continue the cycle. So that's something.
Have you ever heard of you know how and not to cut you off, sorry about that, my brother. Sorry about that.
No, you good.
You know, chickens can lay eggs that are just like that have no yolk. I don't know. Is it no yolk in them? They can lay eggs that don't grow into a bird or a chicken.
Right.
They can just lay eggs, and we can still bake them, cook them, or whatever we need to do and eat them. But that baby will never become a full-grown chicken. It's just going to stay an egg, or get or get spoiled and rotten. Only two things.
Right, and it's because the government and certain entities and certain corporations have figured out how to genetically modify animals. I mean, look at the KFC thing. They know how to genetically modify chickens to not grow feathers. They know how to genetically modify eggs to be like how you said. They know how to genetically modify this, and that. So if they know how to genetically modify animals, they know how to genetically modify humans to support the pharmaceutical industry, to support certain entities, to support this and support that. So we are socially genetically modified to where our minds are genetically modified, to where our lifestyles are genetically modified to what our ancestors or Black health doesn't co-sign on.
Right. And I was getting to the point. My point with that, what I'm trying to say is that, let's say you sleep with the woman, she's probably had, you don't know how many abortions she's had. You know, these women today are bragging that they got over 200, 150, 200 body counts. Okay. So you don't know how many abortions that girl had. You don't know how many STDs she done caught. That's a lot. That's a risk right there. So they produce these babies that are no good for the society. I hate to say it like that. They produce these bastard children. Yep, that's right. That's what they are. You love them, but the world calls them bastards. Just know that. You, the single mother, love your child, but the world calls them bastards, and they grow up 9 out of 10 times to be bastards. Right? They do bastard things. They do, they do hood rat things because they were raised by a hood rat. They like to do hood rat things with their friends. Why? Because they were raised by a hood rat or a hood rat's grandma. So we're like this. We give you a baby. What do you give the world? That you raise the same men that you don't even want your daughter to marry. Let me tell you something. Men who were raised by single mothers are having difficulties right now. I don't know if you guys know, they're having difficulty. They're having major setbacks, major difficulties in their life. You know, these guys have bad credit. These guys have bad habits, bad mannerism, behaving just like women, but are in men. And, the same, you guys know that you're not good at raising men. So you know what you decided? Oh, we'll just abort the black male babies. will abort the black male babies and will keep the black females. Oh, you don't believe me? Let me find the audio to that, man. Let me find the audio to that. Let me find the audio. I gotta find the audio to that. Give me just 1 second here.
Yeah, that audio is gonna be
Walter,
crazy.
let me find this. Let me find this audio, and I'll let you elaborate while I find this audio real quick. But I got to find this audio for y'all, man, because this is Black Holocaust we're talking. We're talking about the Black Holocaust. The Black Holocaust is the 20 million unborn babies, the almost 2,000 babies deleted a day.
Yeah, the only way you can get
Fetuses
audio
deleted
like
a day.
oh yeah, and the only way you can get audio like that is if you have people that's on the plantation being trained to say things like that. Like the black women who supported black men and black people back during the days of civil rights and so on and so forth, they wasn't saying things like this of what's on the audio. They wasn't saying let's get these men, let's get these black men. They wasn't saying all of these things and what you're about to play. They wasn't saying things like that. You have to be brainwashed and trained to say that all men are perpetrators or black men are perpetrators. You have to be brainwashed, and whipped into submission to say that all men are perpetrators and abusers, if we could say that word, or every stereotype. We want to talk about having a bad stereotype in America because of white supremacy. Well, look, a lot of black women have joined in labeling us as stereotypes, even though a lot of it are things that they participated in. You can't say black men don't step up, but yet you choose a black man with no step up qualities. You're just part of the matrix and part of the system. That's how you become a battery. You still looking for the audio?
Yeah, I'm still looking for the audio, man. Man, y'all forgive me, man. I'm gonna find that audio, man. But give me 1 second, man. Go ahead and keep deliberating real quick, and I'm gonna find this audio real quick, man. I'm gonna look at it on my phone.
We have become a machine, but not just black people, because it's not about race anymore. This is also poor people, because if you go to a lot of poor states, and I'm neither Republican or Democrat, but especially a lot of poor Republican states, they have put people that they have trained people to be their own demise for the sake of corporations, for the sake of the government, for the sake of making the rich richer and the poor poorer. Because if you support abortion, if you support the T and the LGBTQ and whatnot, you're basically supporting the pharmaceutical industry, because the pharmaceutical industry is exploiting those people to make money off of those things. The pharmaceutical industry is saying, hey, if this can be your lifestyle, fine, as long as we're making money off of it. Or if you believe in not if you don't believe in a nuclear family and separate families, all you're doing is supporting certain corporations that exploit non-nuclear families so that they can make money off of the families of some kind of other structure. We have to really ask ourselves, is this really our lifestyle that was passed on by the people before us, our forefathers and ancestors, or are we just a battery for exploitation to support someone making $1 off of us? Billions of dollars made off the people. It used to be about race, but now it's about your financial status. So just ask yourself, are you being exploited? Are you being a part of a Holocaust so that people could die and an entity makes money? Even down to your eating practices. We shouldn't even be supporting all the fast food chains that's popping up. Fast food chains pop up more and more because why? We're supporting it. We're not cooking at home. We've got lifestyles that's too busy to where we can't eat organic. And so now more people are getting heart disease, more people are getting diabetes because we're exploited to have a lifestyle to support the fast food industry. This isn't a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that most local communities don't have farms and food and produce to sustain their own communities. They have to go down to the corner and get a burger, go down to the corner and get some fried chicken, go down to the corner and get something unhealthy because you're being exploited. So you have to ask yourself, with my lifestyle, what Holocaust am I supporting? That's really all Walt D has to say about that. And also, even in the church, I deal with singles, deal with couples, deal with the church all the time. But it's kind of strange how some people can call themselves blessed, how some women can call themselves blessed in the church, in the house of God, and they have 3 and 4 kids and never been married, but want to say that they're called, want to say that they're chosen. Many prophets were called and chosen, but they still got in trouble for doing what they wanted to do. You found it?
Yeah, I found it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey man, I wanted to show y'all this, man. I got this from the Dennis Sperling channel here, real quick, man. He's always giving us tools and ammunition to kind of throw back at you guys, man, and let these modern women know, man. And he found this He found this. I could not find this, so I had to go to his page and pull off his page. And we're just gonna listen to an excerpt of it. But this is some alarming things you are about to hear. The most alarming thing you've ever heard in the Black community. And this is going around in the sisterhood. This is one of the biggest reasons why passport bros are getting the heck up out of here. Never in my life did I ever think I would hear another Black woman say this about a Black male child. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. And we're at the 1 hour mark. Make sure you guys go ahead, and we're about to wind it down here soon, but go ahead and just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, man. Hit the like and subscribe. We're giving y'all this work right now, but I want to play this.
Where are the Umar Johnsons? Where are the Dr. Boyce Watkinses? Where are they? I don't know. I haven't heard them.
All right, what's going on here?
Mention this. In fact, it is my understanding that Dr. Boyce Watkins
and the problems in it and the problems.
Try to get to the right spot here. Sorry about that, you guys.
and was aware that this woman who advocates the abortion of Black baby boys, the selective extermination of Black baby boys, he only addressed the subject in passing. How can you be a pro-Black? How can you express Black black love if you have a group of women who are saying abort black baby boys?
Y'all forgive me, man. We're buffering a little bit here. I just want to get to the exact part. I couldn't find. I know it's in this segment right here.
And the only reason I
Jesus Christ, this is
support aborting black child when it comes to it being male is because I look at the black community and the problems in it. It's associated with males and pathology.
Okay, so here's the first thing I want you to understand. When she says male pathology, that's a fancy way of saying men
oh my God,
in general are sick. Black male and black.
Okay, so I'm gonna just stop it there. We're just gonna stop it there. We're gonna stop it there because it's chopping. It's doing way too much. It's chopping. But y'all heard it. She says she supports aborting black males. But I'm gonna just kind of tell y'all go check out Dennis Sperling's show. Let me tell y'all exactly. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Let me just do that because y'all need to watch this one. This is a must watch for black men. If y'all don't know, if y'all don't want to get on board with the Passport Bros, if y'all don't understand why this is a codified movement and why it's so important, I think y'all need to watch that live stream specifically. And I'm about to throw that in the chat real quick. Y'all go ahead and y'all watch that. Okay, y'all click that link and y'all watch that whole thing, man.
Send it to me as well.
I'll send it to you as well. This is powerful. It's powerful.
But look at the systematic thing going on right here. They want more black women to be they want black women to be educated more than black women. I mean they want black women to be educated more than black men so that they can make fancy gibberish statements and nothing burgers like that. They want them to be able to be down talk men like that. So it's all part of the system.
Yeah, it's all part of the system, man. And if y'all look, there was a male on that panel and he wasn't even upset. He didn't even say nothing. He was part of the LGBTQ community, but he didn't say nothing. He thought it's okay to delete black males. They call it selective breeding. They're saying women are the gatekeepers of who comes to earth. So they got to control who comes to this mug. So they're saying this. They're saying black males abort. Mixed babies, we want those. We want those. But if you're a black male, abort. If you're a black woman, we're going to keep you. Selective breeding. They're saying that black males are the problem. But what they're not telling you is who's raising those black males. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Let me pull this back up. Can I pull it back up? I guess I can't. Okay, but y'all saw the chart that I had on the abortion. 94.9% of the abortions are not from married women. 94.9% of the abortions come from the women, the black women, the single black women. These women who want to have a hot girl summer. These women who are more concerned about their career than their family or their man. These are the same women who hate men, who have the highest rate of misandry. These are the same women who are depending who are depending on the government raising your child. See, this is the Black Holocaust, and we're getting out of it. We're getting out of the Black Holocaust. Black men are saying, you know what? We're getting our passports and we're saying we're not dealing with this. We are going to create a new Black community. And it might not be on American soil. It might not be on American soil. We build stuff here, they destroy it anyway. We build it, they destroy it anyway. So we're exercising our right as a U.S. as an American. We're exercising our right. We're using our passport, and we're getting up out of here. Our own women want us dead. Our own women want to delete us. Our own women don't want to see us prosper. Our own women don't want to see us shine. Our own women don't want to see us grow up to be outstanding gentlemen and useful in society. Our own women. Our own women look at us like we are thugs, criminals. They look at us like we're lower than them. They don't put themselves in the same boat as us. They put themselves in a different boat. Black women have taken themselves out of and put themselves in a different boat and separated themselves from Black men. And they have targeted Black men, saying Black men are the problem, not even pointing one finger at themselves. We're still talking about the Black Holocaust, by the way. We're still talking about the Black Holocaust. Never in a million years did I ever think I would hear a woman say, I support Black male abortion. That's a white supremacist trope. See, we don't need the KKK anymore. We got modern Black women who think like this. We got white supremacists walking around with the same skin as us. We got people like Jesse Lee Peterson talking about, oh, if the white man don't rule, we in trouble. We got house Negroes. We got effeminate males. We got simps. And we got, just like my boy Walt says, we got way too many of them. Way too many of them. That we either going to have to go to war and wipe them out, or we just going to, hey, y'all can have these, y'all can continue building Black communities if y'all want to, with these women that don't want you to survive or make it here to Earth. They're talking about deleting you before you get here. You're on your way here, and they're talking about, nah, you're a male, get out of here. They're waiting for you to form and grow, and once they find out what gender it is, they're like, miscarriage. So I want y'all to understand why the passport bro movement is so important. I want you to understand why it's so important that Black men get on code and stay on code. Stop messing with these 304s. Okay? Stop messing with these 304s. Stop messing with these modern Black women. Now I get it. There are good Black women out there. Walter, go ahead. How do we rescue the good Black woman from what's coming? Because I don't think we can. I'm like this, put them all in the same bucket for right now and let them work it out. We need the good women to go to war with the bad women, and we need y'all to defeat the good women. If y'all don't do that, if y'all don't go to war with the bad women, guess what we're going to do? Just going to get up out of here. because we can't deal with them because America won't let us deal with these women. They are protected. So, well, how what about the good ones that are here? What about the ones that aren't subscribing to deleting black men? What about the ones that do mean the black man good, and they happen to still be single?
Well, I mean, any woman that has our back, you have my protection. But the caveat to that is you have to stay within my protection or within the protection of certain men. Because if you try to just get out there and um, freelance and you're not over here with us and you're not, all I gotta say is just stay. You're protecting yourself by staying over here with us, because if you try to get out there within the crossfire and blah 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 and over there, thinking that um you're gonna just by yourself. Nobody can do this by themselves. You're not gonna. There's too many modern women controlled by white supremacy for you to be out there naked. Just stay over here with us, like how you've been doing, and you just save yourself like that. And then us as a collective, we can take all the help that we can get, and us as a collective will turn away the nonsense that's going on with the modern woman. So all I can say is just stay over here with us, and that's how you save yourself. That's how you stay protected.
I'm gonna tell you how you save yourself. Get you a man and get married and stay with that man. Because let's be real, if you're out here single on these streets, winter is here.
Yeah,
Winter's already here. You don't feel it yet because you haven't been outside long enough yet. You've only been outside a few minutes and you think it's playtime, right? A few hours. You think you can go back inside and you can get warm again. No, the door is locked. You just don't know it. You're outside playing. You're having a hot girl summer and you're having a good time. But you don't know that when you try to return to where you first started, it's not there anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm not even talking about the ones having a hot girl summer, because if you're out there having a hot girl summer, you don't really support us. You just out there kind of freelancing, and that's what I'm talking about.
Don't get caught as a bystander. Don't be
Yeah.
like the guy in don't be like what's his name off the Dallas Cowboys. What's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, Jerry Jones.
Don't be like Jerry Jones, a bystander, and get that picture snap that goes all around the world where now you look like a racist.
Exactly. The real will be exposed to be the real, and the fake will be exposed to be the fake. Like if you out there having a hot girl summer, blah blah blah, and doing all this, then you're gonna get caught up. But if you actually following the rules of God and supporting, or even the rules of Black people and supporting brothers and trying to set up the nuclear family within your structure, you'll have no choice but to be protected. So
let me tell you like this: as long as the laws are the way they are in the United States, marriage is going to continue to decline. Get a prenup. If you're ever going to get married in the United States, make sure you get a prenup. Do not do without a prenup. Okay, that's number one. Do not do anything without a prenup. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, the only way these ladies can protect themselves, and listen, a lot of y'all, if you're in my generation, you waited too long. I don't have anything I don't know what to tell you. I don't know any advice to give a woman in my generation. Maybe Walter does, but I don't have any advice to give a woman in my generation or older. Winter's been here for y'all. Y'all been outside so long, y'all don't even know what inside look like. If you're in my age bracket, I don't know what to say to you. Walter, do you have anything to say to anybody, the Generation X woman out there? Because I don't got nothing for them. I don't got anything positive to say, because I'm like, why would a man want to marry you now? After all these, you done ran up 150, 200 body counts. Why would a man want you now? Why would I choose you? You can't have kids with you. You know what? You're at that age already. Why would I want you now?
Well, to me, the only real saving grace to me is if you lived a certain life, and that there's always some type of redemption, but it might not be what you want.
Mm-hmm. Tell them.
And so if you're real about it, just say, look, hey, I'm not about to go out and seek somebody to take on my baggage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the teachings of the good teachings of the nuclear family, of our ancestors. And then if I wind up getting somebody along the way who respects my change in life, and who's willing to take on that, then fine. But if I don't, then it's no hard feelings, because I understand what I did in life, and I understand that I gotta take up on that. But nothing's impossible for God. But you actually have to be real about your stuff. You have to show God, you have to show life in general that you're a different person. And if you get blessed with something along the way by that lifestyle change, then fine. But if nothing happens after that, then you have to realize, hey, you know what? I'm still going to do the right thing, teach the right things, and um, I already had children in life, and blah blah blah. So if I don't get what I want, I don't get what I'm looking for, then I have to understand that that's a product of what I did. It's no different from somebody catching a disease, or getting an arm chopped off. You still have to live with your arm chopped off. So, but it depends on how you live. But a lot of people don't want to do that because it's too hard. Um, be like the people who, once they face adversity, they're in a wheelchair, instead of being in the wheelchair and then deteriorating and passing. You're in a wheelchair, but you're still doing marathons. You're still doing videos where you're doing amazing things. So do amazing things. Pass on the amazing teachings that you or that we didn't receive when we was younger. And so a lot of good things. When you show men a certain respect like that, many things will be possible. So that's all I really have to say.
Okay. Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Man, some of y'all gonna be leftover women. I mean, if you're in my generation, you're already considered leftover women. If you travel into other countries, you're considered leftover women. So maybe in America, you think there's an illusion that you're not leftover women. But if you're in my age bracket and you're not married and you do have kids, you're leftover women. And leftover women got to do what leftover women got to do. You might got to shack up. You might got to share. No, not might. You will. You will. You will have to share. And that's if a man wants to deal with you. That's if. Stop. And let me tell you something. A lot of you older women, stop chasing after these babies. Stop trying to ruin these young men's lives because y'all lives are ruined. Leave them alone. You ain't got nothing for them. They ain't got nothing for you but some D. That's it. Leave them alone. Have some self-respect and do what Walter said, man. You know what? Be the analogy. Be the analogy. Be the example of what not to be. And carry it like a badge. Let people know, hey man, I messed up. I took the wrong route. I didn't do things right. I should have done better. It may not be as pleasant for me in the future, but it could be better for you if you listen. Be that person. Be that person, because the Black community still needs to be built. The Black community still needs to survive. We've been in this country for over 400 years, surviving. And now we might be leaving it. For greener pastures, better women, for a better deal. The Black Holocaust is real, 20 million unborn babies. And we have to look at these women in their face every day. It's not the white supremacists. It's not necessarily the Planned Parenthood. It might be the feminist. It might be a little bit of feminist and a little bit of Planned Parenthood. But it's our black women that have solely bought into it and subscribed to it and are unapologetic about it. I don't hear none of these women apologizing. I don't hear none of these women apologizing.
Why would they apologize and they're not even being canceled for it? If a man got up there and said that black women needed to be aborted, then those black men would be canceled and they would be stripped of their money and whatnot. They're protected by white supremacy because they're doing the work of white supremacy.
They are. Man, the Black Holocaust is real. It's going on right now to the tune of almost 2,000 babies a year or a day. Excuse me, a day. That means that somewhere there's 2,000 chicken heads out there deciding they don't want the baby. 2,000 irresponsible chicken heads who don't have a ring on their finger, who decided to toot it and boot it, to turn their booty up, get their back blown out, and they got pregnant. And some of these women are not even asking the men, should I get an abortion? They're just doing it on their own.
But they can get child support though, right?
Oh yeah. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what they're starting to do. They're starting a thing where while the woman's pregnant, she can get child support. While she's pregnant, she can get child support. So the Holocaust is twofold. It's the mother aborting the baby, and it's the mother not giving the baby to the father. Those are the two Holocausts that we have. 70% of black children are born to single mothers every day. 80%. So if there's 40 million black people, 80% of the black people here were born to single mother homes. 70% were born to single mother home. If 30% of black males are married, let me give you some numbers. 30% of black males are married and have kids. 30%. 57% are black males who are single with no kids. Who's making all these babies? 57% are single. 30% are married. That's 80%. That means 10 to 12% of men in the black community. 45, let me give you another number. 45.9% of black men have children. Only 45.9% of the black men have children. 57% of the black men do not. And out of the 47% who have children, only 30% are married.
Well, yeah, because, and I know this is probably going to be another show because I got to get out of here, but it's because they present themselves as recreation. We want to get some black women want to get mad when the slave owners used to have kids by black women and not say that they had kids by black women and blah blah blah. But even in nowadays, a lot of those mixed babies are because somebody of some other race seen a black person as recreation.
2 million babies are sired by non-black men.
Yeah.
And they're single, and they're part of the single mother homes. That means so if black men are the cause of single mothers, then why do you have 2 million mixed babies who are being brought up in a single parent home? Why didn't that Hispanic man? Why didn't that Asian man? Why didn't that white man want to be that kid's daddy? Could it be that possibly the same thing you did to the black man, you did it to the Asian man, you did it to the Hispanic man, and you did it to the white man? Could it be that the very person you're trying to blame as being the cause of single mothers, maybe you're the cause? You're the cause of the abortion, and you're the cause of the single mother, because you not only will walk away from the black man, you'll walk away from the white man, you'll walk away from the Hispanic man, you'll walk away from the Asian man, and you'll not only steal our babies, but you'll steal those men's babies too. Give the baby to the father, and stop aborting our kids. That's all I got to say about that. This is the Too Much Moxie podcast, and we are out. Peace. You know how we do. Let me find this thing to close us out the right way here. Man, I tell you. This is the Too Much Moxie podcast. We're out. Peace.
Yeah, I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church. Amen. Praise the Lord.
Now, if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm trying to figure out what is Dennis Sperling talking about. Now, what I get from it is that KS, he considers him a good guy, right? Which is hard for a lot of people to consider that. Whether you want to call him this or that,